Here's what you missed on Fathead and Candy in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Fathead, Candy Roth. Candy's practicing her boy tip for tomorrow. Very nice.
Well, for a teenage girl, that's what I'm doing.
All right, don't tell me. I'm looking forward to.
I have a good one for tomorrow.
I want to hear it. Candy, we have 40 degrees, mostly sunny today. Tomorrow morning, looks like we're getting a layer of ice and snow. I don't know how much. May not be all that much, but all you need is one little layer of ice. Be careful.
That's the worst, because you're not sure if it's just wet or ice, and that's just the worst.
Yes, that will be the commute tomorrow morning. Something to think about. Something to plan for, and be careful, because it's not just that Virginia I-95. If you didn't see the pictures of the Hutchinson Parkway and the Goethals, really no good. So
no.
You gotta be careful. I was reading this article, and you know what's going to happen? A lot of TV stations and radio stations are going to mention this article I'm about to read. They're going to make a big to-do about it, but I'm going to tell you why it's much ado about nothing, okay?
Okay.
They say, big study was done, and it says the apps that people use, that after you use it and put the phone down, it takes you the longest to get to sleep afterwards, in this order. Number 1, TikTok. Number 2, Instagram. Number 3, Snapchat. Number 4, Twitter. And number 5, Facebook. And I say, much ado about nothing, and here's why. TikTok is the most popular app. Everyone's on it. Instagram's... Well, I understand. This does not apply to you, this conversation.
Thank you very much.
Instagram's probably second. If you don't have Snapchat, everyone's got Snapchat. Basically, they're listing the 5 most popular apps there are on a phone. To me, the best analogy I could come up with is you get into more car accidents near your house because you're driving more near your house. Candy, these are the apps people are on. That's what I don't think one has anything to do with the other about how long it takes to fall asleep. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
I don't think you should be on any of it when you're trying to go to bed. How's that?
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, don't let the study fool you. They're like the 5 most popular apps on a phone, so of course they're gonna, top the list. Okay, here's another one for you. We're 5 or 6 days here into past New Year's Day, New Year's resolutions. Would you like to know the hardest things for people to give up after New Year's, Candy?
Alcohol?
Alcohol's on the list. That is actually number 4, okay? Number 1 is chocolate. I could give up chocolate if I had to.
Forever?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, just, it's like a New Year's resolution, like, go on a diet, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I could if Brian would stop buying it and giving me some.
Yeah, I could definitely give up chocolate. You tell
I don't
Brian
go to the store and buy it, you understand?
I understand. Tell him to stop, okay?
Right.
Meat is number 2.
I could live without meat.
It depends what you're putting in its place. I can't have celery sticks and peppers every day,
I do.
All right. Number 3 is bread. That is tough for me.
Love bread.
Oh, there's nothing better. Now, I'm pretty good about, when we have dinner and things, we're not buying Italian bread and ripping up pieces of Italian bread and dipping it in sauce. We're not doing all that. But just in general, I like to have my turkey sandwiches or roast beef sandwiches or, chicken salad sandwiches. The bread is...
Try it on lettuce leaves.
You know what I've done recently? That's a good idea, by the way. I bought whole wheat, whole grain pita pockets, and I've been using those.
Yes, that's better for you. And I was at Trader Joe's. They have these things called jicama wraps. They look like a soft taco wrap. And they have 15 calories apiece, okay? So you could easily eat 4 of them. You're thinking you're eating 4 tacos.
Oh, my.
Really, really good alternative. So look into that.
And alcohol's after that, and potato chips follow that, Candy.
Yeah, I had a few of those yesterday because I went to Trader Joe's, and they have the not guilty potato chips. They actually call it that.
Not guilty chips.
Less guilt potato chips.
Do you know
Less guilt? That's for me.
Yeah, did you look at the ingredients?
Of course I did not. I was in the moment.
The best chip I've had in a long time is called Snapped. It's a Cheez-It brand, and it's like a thinner, crispier Cheez-It, but I can't explain it. It's unbelievable. You have to try it.
Wow. What's it called?
Snapped.
Snapped. All right.
And it looks like a Cheez-It bag. It comes in a big bag, and it looks like a Cheez-It, but it's not. It's like, just try it. You will trust me on this. Go buy a bag of Snapped, okay?
Yeah, that's what I need to do today.
All right. Today's National Days, Candy. Today's National Bean Day. I'm not a bean guy.
Beans are very healthy for you if you're trying an alternative to get away from meat. Go to beans.
All right. National Cuddle Up Day, maybe?
Oh, love that. I cuddle up with Tilly every day, and sometimes I even cuddle up with Brian.
This would not be good for sometimes. This would not be good for a diet. National Shortbread Day.
Love shortbread. Oh.
Yeah. And it's National Technology Day today, Candy.
I could be a lot better at that.
You could be better, and you also don't like it too much, I know. You're not a...
Well, I'm not a social creature by nature, and so, no, I don't need to go on any social media at all, ever.
I understand. I'm going to give you a couple of good news stories, and then we'll be on our way. Woman in North Carolina gave her husband a lottery ticket for Christmas. It hit for $1 million.
Wow, that's what everyone hopes when they do that.
Amazing. Cops in New Hampshire responded to a call about a dog loose on a highway. The dog led them to a damaged guardrail. They realized the owner was in a serious wreck. He and a passenger had been ejected from the car and almost had hypothermia, and the cops found them in time, Kate.
I love this story, okay? Because if you think dogs don't know what they're doing or they're not that smart, they are so smart. That dog saved them.
Absolutely. A 17-year-old girl in Australia got a lifeguard job at the beach. A kangaroo was freaked out, ran into the water. She ended up coaxing it back to shore, and it ran back into the woods, Candy, safe as can be.
How do you coax a kangaroo?
Very carefully. Very carefully.
Mr. Kangaroo, come here. How do you do that?
Again, very careful. It's like, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice.
Right.
A woman named Casey No got stuck in I-95 traffic the other day, that stuff going on. And after 21 hours, they noticed a big bread truck also stranded. So she found the customer service number, and she called, and she asked them if the driver could hand out bread to people, and the owner of the company called her back and gave permission to the driver, and the driver walked the highway and handed bread out to everybody.
I love that. Then I was reading another story about a couple who was coming back from Florida and got stuck on that Virginia mess, and they had brought back a bunch of oranges, and they started doing that, going car to car, handing out oranges. So, yeah, people are great.
Yeah, very...
There's a lot of people that aren't great, but the majority of the time, there are a lot of good people.
Yes, most of the time. You're right. Candy, have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow, we reconvene. My Country 96.1.
Fathead and Candy in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.